Hey, what's up everyone? It's good to be back. It's good to see you guys again. And today I'm talking about intensity in relation to time, okay? As time goes on, how your intensity relates to that, okay? In exercise, whether it be a sprint, a jog, cardio, or your weight training. And I'll explain both of them. So, right here on my blue, or my y-axis, sorry, let me start off by saying on my y-axis is my intensity. So, zero intensity, or 0% intensity, would probably be asleep. Or for some people, it might just be dead because asleep is just as hard to go to sleep. It's just as hard to stay asleep, okay? So the intensity might be a little higher. Anyways, but your 100% would be like your 1 repetition maximum, something that you cannot do more than once. Or a 100-meter sprint, right? Something that you go all out. It takes a lot of your energy to do, and you cannot continue for a long time. So I'm going to talk about the blue one real quick, and then we'll talk about the green line. So the blue one, I'm relating it to your sprint or your 1 repetition maximum, okay? So as your sprinting goes on, right, you're sprinting 100 meters, that's a quarter, no, sorry, that's, yeah, a quarter of 400, right? That's a quarter of a lap. So as you do 100, you continue on like a 200-meter sprint, or now it becomes a 300 meter, 400 meter, 500 meter, 600, you know what I mean? And 800 meters is 2 laps. Then you go to 1600 meters, which is a mile. And it starts to feel like a jog instead of a full-on sprint. And you've probably felt that if you've ever done a sprint and try to continue it. You just can't do it. Your fuel utilization in your energy system starts to switch. So, and then in weights, you probably experience this as well. If you're doing a 1 repetition maximum, you probably shouldn't be able to go on this spectrum at all. But let's say you're doing 3 reps and you're going to failure now. So your 3 reps would be very, very high intensity and it'll just drop. Your intensity will drop drastically as you continue that exercise. Now, let's talk a little bit about this green line. This green line is like walking or jogging or reps till failure. This is like starting off with a very light weight and doing it till failure. Or walking for a certain amount of time and the intensity goes up. And so why the intensity goes up as time goes on is because fatigue factor sits in. So you get more tired as you go along this scale right here. So in 30 seconds, you know, you're going to get that tired. This could be equivalent to 6 reps. Then you can go up 10, 12, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 reps, and your intensity starts to go up because you're getting more tired. And the jog might be getting harder because you're getting tired. Okay? And at some point, these two will mix. Like if you look at them, these two will mix, and it's kind of like doing the same intensity at some point. Okay? And so why am I explaining this is because this has a lot to do with glycogen and fat. Okay, so glycogen is that energy that everyone uses. Okay, this is stored carbs. This is the easiest way and the most effective way, efficient way of getting energy or using energy. So people tell me, well, I need to run 10 miles because I need to lose fat. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you're a runner, I appreciate it because that's awesome. But if your goal is to lose weight or lose fat, it's not only that you have to get to the fat burning zone per se. You don't have to get to the fat burning zone. What you have to do is eat less, right? Or burn more calories, whatever may happen. So sometimes they do the high intensity, so you induce the EPOC or the excess post-oxygen consumption. I've talked about it in another video. But basically, you know, carbs are used first. Then your fats. So you don't have to necessarily get into the fat burning zone to burn fats or to lose weight. You have to eat less calories. It all comes down to calories in, calories out. Now, there's more to it, but if you guys have any other questions about that, I can do a video on it, or you guys can reach out to me directly. But basically, at some point, you will start burning fats for fuel. The thing with that is that, sorry, I'm moving back and forth. But the storage in your body is fats are unlimited. So you could be running for 3 years and still not burn all the fat. You see what I'm saying? Now, the glycogen we store a certain amount of glycogen in our body. We can store up to 500 grams. I believe that's the number. I'm not exactly too sure because it has to do with someone's body type, the male, female, their muscle size, their exercise intensity, you know, their adaptations to things determines how many grams of glycogen they can store, and that's about 2,000 calories if you're looking at it that way. So it's just really inefficient to burn fats all the time unless you're in a ketogenic state, and I'll talk about that in another video. But I'm gonna cut this video short already, so if you guys have any other questions, please reach out to me.